Hey guys, welcome to Cosplay and Coffee. Today I'm going to show you 5 ways to freckle, or in other words, 5 different ways to create fake freckles using makeup. All of the products that I use will be listed in the Cosplay supply link down below. And also, I know that there's already a ton of these tutorials on YouTube already, but this is kind of a collective edition. And I thought it would be fun to share my own opinions of which methods I think work best for certain situations and for certain cosplay characters. So the first method is the easiest and probably the go-to for anyone who isn't actively using makeup or cosplay. I actually used this method in maybe middle school for Halloween because I was a scarecrow, and it's probably the most unrealistic looking. All you gotta do is take a brown lip liner or eye pencil and poke dots on your face. Usually the freckles that come out with this method are too large to look like fake freckles, even though you can use varying pressures to get different sizes, which is the overall goal when you're making fake freckles. But in my opinion, I think this is a great option if you're cosplaying cartoon characters like Eliza Thornberry or the Chucky doll, or really any anime character, because their freckles are obviously drawing, so this method will actually look more accurate with these characters. This is another one that is used quite often. I think it's a great option if you're cosplaying a character who has faint freckles like Rapunzel. Plus, this one's a little bit easier to use because you have a little bit more control over the size of the freckles as opposed to when you're using a pencil. You just take a dark colored brown eyeshadow and a fine tip brush and gently dot freckles all over your face. This is also an easy cleanup if you don't like the way your freckles are coming out. The only downside to this method is that the eyeshadow won't be very prominent, which is important for the sake of showing up in photos. So I learned this trick from Hindo Art in her fake freckle tutorial, which, by the way, I'll have all of these other tutorials linked down below. The great thing about the eyebrow gel is that it will last you a little bit longer if you're going out to a convention where you'll need the freckles to stay on for hours on end. So the gel will last a lot longer than eyeshadow or the pencil would. So all you have to do is get a gel brow wand, say that 5 times fast, that has a spoolie tip, and again you can see exactly what it looks like in the cosplay supply link, and then you just use that to dot freckles on your face. It'll automatically give you diverse looking freckles for that more genuine look. I think this would be a great option for someone like Merida, whose freckles are insane and kind of all over the place. Your fourth option, and probably the most popular, is to use a stipple sponge. I learned this from Glam Gore, who has a whole video on this method, so I won't dive too deep into it, but pretty much you take a stipple sponge and some kind of paint. You can use cream-based paint, alcohol paints, or what I have is water activated paints. You gently wet the stipple sponge, dip it into your paints, practice a few times on your hands, and then gently pat your face to create the most realistic looking freckles. This is probably my favorite option because I think it gives the best illusion. I actually use this for my Chucky cosplay, which you can see in my Chucky Finster cosplay tutorial. Oh, and there's an ebook now on my website with how I made the Chucky Finster cosplay and how I did the colorful makeup. Yeah, all that's linked down below. And the fifth option that I was originally going to include was to use self-tanner, because that is another method I had heard of, and I tried it for like half a second until I realized that it's kind of stupid. So instead, I thought of this way more realistic method. All you have to do is dip your fingers in some water and pat that all over your face. Then grab Folgers coffee or whatever your favorite brand is, and then dip your fingers in that and pat that all over your face. And then you have coffee freckles, and it looks super realistic. I take it back. This is my favorite method because it's the most delicious. Because then you can just brew a cup of coffee because you have it out already. Brilliant, I know. If you want to hear more of my brilliant ideas, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel or check out my blog on cosplayandcoffee.com. But that's it. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Does it look like I have freckles? Wait, don't look yet. I'm not done.
I'm looking.
Hold on. I have to make it less noticeable. Okay, look. From far away, does it look?
Yeah.